DWP is working closely with landlords like you to help you understand how universal credit works for you and your tenants.
Yeah, my name's David Whittingham, I'm a housing officer. In terms of how universal credit has changed things, previously a lot of tenants were on full housing benefit or part housing benefit, and we may not have had any contact with them at any stage previously in their tenancy because payments were coming through automatically, whereas with universal credit the payment will go to them directly. Universal credit means that we're here to try and help and engage with tenants and sustain their tenancy, because it's a sea change for them, whereas in the past they would have had their rent possibly paid automatically and they never saw that money. The money goes to them, and that can be very difficult for a number of people to deal with, and we're here to try and help them, support them through that process and make it as easy as possible and encourage them to engage throughout.
For most people, universal credit will be paid monthly in arrears, directly into a bank account. This payment includes all eligible housing costs being claimed, such as rent and some service charges. Under universal credit, claimants are responsible for managing their claim and paying their own rent. You may need to speak to your tenants to agree arrangements to collect their rent from them. As a landlord, if you identify a tenant who's struggling to manage their monthly payment or has rent arrears, you can ask the DWP to make payments of housing costs or rent arrears directly to you. This is known as a managed payment to landlord, which is one of Universal Credit's alternative payment arrangements. A claimant can also contact the DWP to be considered for an alternative payment arrangement. They'll also be offered personal budgeting support, money advice. This is to help them move towards managing their monthly finances themselves. For more information, visit gov.uk and search housing costs and universal credit.
For me, the introduction of universal credit has probably changed the way we look at how we communicate with our tenants. It's opened us up to needing to form new relationships with a number of our tenants who perhaps up until universal credit we didn't regularly engage with. So for me, it's very much about how we look at how we communicate with our customers.
Your relationship with your tenants is key to early identification of those likely to struggle with monthly budgeting. This means you're ideally situated to identify issues and signposts to support available. As a landlord, you can help yourself and your tenants get ready for universal credit.
My advice for other landlords would be to be as prepared as you possibly can. I'd probably begin by training your staff, asking them to learn as much as they possibly can about universal credit. That'll surely help the way they deliver the message to their customers. I think the more landlords can help prepare their tenants, the better. Here at the Trust, we're looking at a number of initiatives around better preparing our customers for the rollout of universal credit, schemes around budgeting, encouraging savings, encouraging payments onto the rent account, just to help ease the transition from one benefit to another, should all be seen as positive practices that other landlords could follow suit with.
You can get local information and advice by contacting your regional partnership manager. To find your appropriate partnership manager, visit gov.uk and search for DWP Partnerships. There is more information available for landlords regarding universal credit, including how housing costs are calculated. This can be found by visiting gov.uk and searching housing costs and universal credit. All links mentioned in this video can be found in the description box below.